Nostradamus 2018 predictions, World War III and disaster but survivors could live to 200. Nostradamus' predictions for 2018 have foretold one of the worst years in global history with a string of natural disasters, the fall of the economy, and the start of World War III. French prophet Nostradamus is believed by some to have accurately predicted the rise of Napoleon and Hitler and the 9/11 Twin Towers attacks. Many researchers of the infamous prophet, who died in 1566, are also convinced he has correctly foretold the current barbaric acts being committed by ISIS in the Middle East, including its bid to capture areas of Europe to fulfill its caliphate. Now people are looking at what his writings could foretell about 2018. Alessandro Bruno wrote on LombardiLetter.com, the Nostradamus predictions for 2018 are dire, as they include what might become World War III. The Nostradamus WW3 predictions have gained traction because so many people feel helpless. They sense that the world is beyond their control and they feel that difficult times are ahead. Beyond the individual Nostradamus future predictions 2018, there is a common theme. Negative energy will intensify and accelerate with unprecedented intensity and speed. World War III news has become current again. That's because most people are ignoring the fact that Russia and the United States have resumed a level of tension not seen since almost 30 years ago. Instead of diffusing it, senators and congressional representatives in Washington are fueling the risks. 2018 predictions, 1 World War III. The most chilling prediction for 2018 is from Nostradamus' book Les Prophéties. It includes a quatrain that some have interpreted as describing the start of the Third World War. Nostradamus said, "The big war will start in France and all Europe will be attacked, it will be long and terrifying for everyone and then finally there will be peace but only a few will enjoy it. A war will start between the two great world powers and it will last for a period of 27 years. Some commentators have predicted China, Russia, and North Korea will unite to take on the U.S. 2 Major eruption of Mount Vesuvius. The Italian volcano will shake the earth every 5 minutes, and at least 6,000 people will be killed, according to the prophecy. In early 2016 more than 1.5 million people were warned they were living in the danger zone of the supervolcano, which it was said could go off anytime causing a global catastrophe. Half of the 3 million people living in Naples were told they live within a new yellow danger zone of the Vesuvius supervolcano, the infamous peak which was responsible for the historic destruction of Pompeii in 79 AD. 3 terrible earthquake. Nostradamus appears to have predicted natural disaster across the United States. He wrote, "An earthquake shall concern particularly the western area of the United States. Its power shall be felt in lands throughout the globe." Worryingly, the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, carefully monitors seismic activity in the Cascadia subduction zone, where there were a series of medium tremors in 2016, and 2 fault lines in California, including San Andreas. Scientists say both the California fault lines and the Cascadia subduction zone are long overdue a major earthquake of magnitude 8 or above. They have revealed the Cascadia subduction zone is of most concern. It runs about 60 miles offshore along the Pacific coast from northern California to Vancouver Island, so major cities including Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver are within its tsunami range, threatening millions of people and major infrastructure. 4 Comet or asteroid strike. A major asteroid strike is expected as Nostradamus has been interpreted as saying for 2018, a moment of great violence will coincide with the appearance of a comet in the sky. A nuclear terrorism and natural catastrophes will destroy our planet. While it is accepted an asteroid or comet will one day threaten Earth, NASA says it knows of no major one that threatens is for at least 100 years. 5 Economic collapse. Nostradamus said, the rich would die many times over. This is taken by many to mean the global economic collapse as a result of WW3 and the effects of many natural disasters. 6 Humans will live to be over 200, with so much doom and gloom predicted, this seems as unlikely one. However, Nostradamus predicted, the advancements of medicine will raise humans' life expectancy up to at least 200 years of age. It has been interpreted as meaning towards the end of 2018, an 80-year-old person will resemble a 50-year-old. Other predictions for 2018 include humans will become able to speak to animals, people who want to have children will require a license or permit, language differences will disappear, wildfires from global warming, but on the plus side there will be an end of taxes in the West. However, according to ancientcode.com, which looks at such prophecies, the interpretations have to be taken with a pinch of salt as similar ones were made for 2017. It said in an article, but what does Nostradamus say about 2018? Nostradamus's quatrains describe a level of destruction more gruesome than anything he had predicted earlier. According to these reports, Nostradamus saw terrible events happening in 2018, although similar things were said about 2017. Consider these predictions with caution, but many of these warnings with a few detail changes could certainly apply to the modern world. For the skeptics, among whom I include myself, there are doubtless some ominous-sounding Nostradamus predictions from the past to generate concern. Skeptics also point out that there have been many earlier interpretations of other Nostradamus quatrains which said WW3 would begin around 1999. This problem with dates has led some Nostradamus researchers to conclude we are already in a World War III, which somehow started in 1999, and should therefore come to an horrific conclusion, probably involving nuclear weapons, in 2026, after the 27 years ends. Nostradamus is also claimed by some to have correctly predicted the Twin Towers attacks of 9/11 with the line, the year 1999 7 months, from the sky will come the great king of terror, prompting bin Laden's brief holder of the third Antichrist title, but it was actually around 2 years out. Skeptics of Nostradamus point out that at least 50% of his premonitions were so way off that even the die-hard researchers leave them alone. And, of the 50% that he is said to have got right, there are many that believe the vague terminology used by the French prophet, and so-called Nostradamus codes need a strong dose of hindsight and imagination to prove the prophecy after the event. One online researcher wrote, by using the same techniques as those who find miracles in the Quran or Bible, researchers have done the exact same thing with Nostradamus. To be clear, I don't believe such nonsense, since all Nostradamus did was write a whole bunch of cryptic things and then let the reader use their imagination to interpret verses to suit their own beliefs. The verses can only be understood once the event has already happened, as hindsight.